All right, cool. Ladies and gents, welcome. This is my first official cast, actually, of Gold League, which is a little sad, but that does happen when Platinum's overlapping with Gold. In the future, I would love them to be staggered, so Gold gets a lot more focus. And I will be casting as much Gold as possible, as well as the eventual fight to see who makes it into Platinum at the conclusion of the season. But this is two Gold players that I think could be favored within their group to potentially be promoted to Platinum, which is why I really wanted to cast this series. You've got BadBoy. He was in Platinum for Season 1. He was one of the players that got relegated. But odds are if he was in the top 24 conversation then, he could be favored to get promoted back up there. And then you have Hearttt. And Hearttt was pretty inactive, has had periods of inactivity over the years. But there was a point, guys, where Hearttt was seen as the top 10 player. And that point was a few years ago. But every time he comes back, he can show on ladder that he can get into that top 20, top 30. And ultimately, I think the goal for Hearttt, who played in through Silver to get here, is to just breeze right through to Platinum. He's one of the favorites in a very, very tough group. Like, Gold is so much more competitive, it feels, than even last season. And so we're going to have that information up on your screens here for those on YouTube later on. That'll show kind of how some of the other results are happening in Gold. But that will come with some spoilers, obviously, because I am not covering every single set from Gold. Gold is just kind of happening whenever. If you want to cast it live, people can do that. There's recorded games available. The results are always updated. It's a bit more of an open book there in Gold. So I think Heartt's got good potential to go up, as does BadBoy. We have Japanese for Heartt's, and we have Lithuanians for BadBoy, which both are pretty standard picks here. I think a lot of this matchup comes down to if the Lithuanians can defend from the early man-at-arm rush from the Japanese. And then if they can get onto Knight and Skirmisher. Knight and Skirmisher is such a deadly combination with the Lithuanians. I like the build order here from BadBoy. Start with extra food in the bank, so just chop wood early. And he's already docking, so he'll be much faster than Hearttt to fishing ships. I think Lithuanians are actually my number one civ on this map. If I could choose one civ for this map, I think it'd be Lithuanians. If I could choose number 2, though, it would be Japanese. So I think both civs have lots of positives. But, you know, like, I think it's important that I state that these are really good civs here. As boring as they may be for some people who want to see, like, oh my god, Vietnamese was picked, you know, or some other civ. It shows that these guys have really good strategic outlook on this map and clearly have confidence in playing with the best civs, which have the best potential options, at least in their view. This wood line's interesting. I feel like this wood line and the stones being on either side will be interesting in this game, right? Like, that's going to be a tempting wall for BadBoy, but will that be worth it for him? And will he give up access to stone, which could be an issue for him later on? Rhett, what's up? It's been a while. Missed you, T90 official. Wife says hi. Well, hello to Rhett's wife. Welcome. Good to have you back. It's been good to see so many people showing up for Titans League, man. It's meant a lot to me. I stream a lot, and it's a new platform too, so I know that not everyone's going to be able to make it. And I always feel like I could do a better job of promoting things and letting people know when things are happening. And so I always feel like, I should be doing more. I should be doing more. But I can only do so much. And, you know, the viewership on the stream's been nice. Amount of people showing up and showing interest has been really nice because, to be honest with you, like, you know, every cent I get from Microsoft, I put completely into the event and to the players. And then I'm paying a lot out of pocket to make things happen and get the images set up and admins and all that stuff. So, you know, there's a lot of, like, personal investment on top of the time. And so it's always motivating to have people showing interest and commenting on the extras channel and watching the videos, blah, blah, blah. So I've been really happy with things. So thank you as a whole to everybody. You don't have to necessarily say something. You know, I see every little bit adds up, I guess, is what I'm saying. And okay, so important thing here, BadBoy. I think he's going to do the build that I've talked about before. So the whole build here is to just fast up and kill the enemy's fish. He's found the opponent's dock. He's now going to be super sneaky with his Vil. This is something that I don't know how to stop. This has happened to me so many times. Now, I've had players who've gone up even faster, but I feel like he's just trying to play as relaxed as possible with it, so he's not, like, playing extremely open. And Hearttt, you see this paranoia here from Hearttt? He's worried a Vil's going to come this way. And BadBoy could have even seen that. Now, BadBoy needs to look for a barracks. We've seen instances where people scout the opponent's pawn, but they don't look to see if the opponent's going to go for militia. And now he sees the militia too. Or at least he sees the barracks, which should mean militia. So I'm liking this from BadBoy. And, oh, man, this is so intelligent. So he's just going for these teensy little walls here to protect everything. And now watch this, guys. So Hearttt has sent a fishing ship here. He also has seen the scout activity from his opponent. So he's probably like, that's a little awkward. It's a lot of work, but you could actually stop the dock with your fishing ship. But with the second the foundation's down, you're in trouble. And oh boy, it's down. You can't do anything about it now. And now Heartt's going to be like so frustrated. As long as BadBoy gets this wall down on the backside, these man-at-arms might not even go in. This is a nice opening here from BadBoy. So he'll be able to make some units here in that pond. It's a lot of walling to stop it. And also because Lithuanians are up the feud lane so fast, that scout can oftentimes kill your Vil. BadBoy's taking the back golds. There's still a hole here. He hasn't walled that. But he doesn't feel the need to. Oops, sorry. That was a mouse misclick. Heartt's going to assume that that's completely walled, right? And hopefully BadBoy will realize that. Now, Hearttt was in feudal age with his dock up at the proper time. BadBoy got the dock up, but he was a little late to production. So Heartt's there with a fire galley. So he's not losing his fish yet. And Heartt's probably thinking, okay. Okay, he must be on that back gold now. Now BadBoy's walling it up. And I can guarantee you Heartt's not loving life right now. Like, this is not a good feeling. This is really good strategy from BadBoy to just wall and sneak the dock. It's one of the most frustrating things to face up against. BadBoy needs a house here. He's going to get that house. And that's going to keep this army out even longer. Uses the fast Lithuanian spears. Tries to get the scout there. Won't get it. Pulls back to the TC now. And it's 2 fire galleys for Hearttt in defense. And it will be 2 in offense here for BadBoy. So not too bad, actually. Now, look what Hearttt has not scouted, guys. Notice how he hasn't scouted where his opponent has been fishing at all? So he didn't scout this. And I feel like that's a pretty important thing to bring up here. He is going to go over here to try and fish. But, you know, an opportunity for him, when he saw how things were playing out, was to always dock the opponent's pawn. Chose not to do that. Yeah, BadBoy is a really good type of player for up against Hearttt, because BadBoy is really strategic with walls, and Hearttt hates walls. We'll see if Hearttt can keep his cool here. The BadBoy is a big wall and sneak player. Like, look, another building. Will he sneak this army? Will he chase Hearttt down? Heartt's constantly trying to figure things out here. And now Hearttt sees this army. I think Hearttt will be very happy to see this army, actually, because he was thinking about sending his own army forward. And Hearttt actually gets a nice hit here. I would say save the scout if you can, if you're Hearttt. And then he kills the spearman. And yeah, he's got a good position here. Both players with ranged units getting fletching. So for BadBoy, he has 6 fishing ships in this pond. Hearttt only has 4. And we'll see if that continues to be the case. Look at BadBoy. He's trying to use the demo now. Good demo. It gets 2 ships there. And oh, man, I'd be so frustrated. Oh, but Hearttt did get in here, actually. So both players were looking at different spots. Hearttt microed well here. On the other side, though, it was BadBoy. And now look at Hearttt. He's actually using his fishing ships as a distraction to try and come back in the fight. Let's see how the execution is here. This is going to be super intense on both sides. I'll try and show you this first. Overall, it's not looking too bad for BadBoy. But then here, it's not looking too bad for Hearttt. Also, he's not repairing the enemy ship. He's actually repairing his own ship. Dang, what a game. This is a really good game. Look at the KD, guys. This game could not be closer. Wow, that was so cool. Again, 2 great examples of defense and offense from both of them. BadBoy thought he would have been able to like win that whole pond right there, but power of Japanese fishing ships, those tanks. And now at the same time, BadBoy, he's got speedy Lithuanian skirmishers running out across the map. So I think the big difference in my mind is just the fact that BadBoy's had more fishing ships. Now, we'll see if Hearttt maybe wants to mix in some scouts here. Heartt's going to lose another unit. And now Heartt's going to have to fall back. Now, what you don't want to do sometimes is you don't want to spend all sorts of food to go up to make scouts, because you're worried your opponent's going to go Castle Age, especially if they're Lithuanians and they can go for knights. I would say it's not really worth it to repair a fishing ship because of the focus you put on it. But if you have the APM, then yeah, maybe go for it. Because right now, Hearttt needs army production. He needs farms. He needs to pay attention to the micro here. And he probably needs to scout other pawns. So repairing a fishing ship on top of that, probably not worth it. And there he kills the villagers. So I think BadBoy's got one more go here, because he can't really repair his ships. But Heartt's got a hole here, guys. And I think Heartt's going to sense this. And that's starting scout from BadBoy. It's going to be super valuable here. And it's just up against the villager and skirmishers, right? So could still be annoying to Hearttt, though it might not be the end of the world, as Hearttt does out of stable. BadBoy's going to click up to Castle Age at a crazy time. Heartt's been fishing over here. He also killed what looks like a skirm? Yeah. And then he also killed the scout and the skirm here. So if Hearttt gets the walls down, he could be okay. Using the market now. Something BadBoy didn't actually use. And I'm actually going to have to go back here because this was an epic play from BadBoy that needs to be shown. Watch this. Okay, so this is the strategy. Now, I've talked about this before, but I think this is a good example of how epic it can be. So it's 2 demos. Or sorry, it's 2 fires and it's 1 demo. And in that fight, the only way that you win if you're BadBoy is if the demo connects with multiple ships. Fire... Or what is wrong with me? Now, fire's not in this game. We're talking about fire ships. It got me confused. Hearttt, who's in the blue here in this example, he has spread out his ships because he knows demo's probably in there. So what BadBoy does is he pops the fire ships out, forcing these units to group up, and then he uses the demo. So he weakens 2 ships that instantly die. He then has this one weak as well, and now he goes in and Hearttt has to make another ship. That is really good crossplay or 4 legs play from BadBoy. And here he comes with a villager as well. This is a really good game. 13 kills for both. Another villager heading this way for BadBoy. And again, like, it is also so much more difficult to play in Heartt's position. You're defending on water all the time instead of attacking. And then you're going to be later to Castle Age. None of this is going to feel good for Hearttt. This is interesting, isn't it? So Hearttt is adding fire galleys here. I think he spotted that there was a villager here from BadBoy, but he's going to lose his own villager now to BadBoy's archers. And so he won't be able to repair there. Now he still might be able to control that pond where he's got 2 fishing ships. I don't know what Heartt's wall is here. I prefer to just see him wall this. Like there's still a hole back there that luckily he scouted, but... Anyways, he moves out with the scout. He moves out with some archers. He's going to see BadBoy's in Castle Age and not be too pleased. BadBoy adds a scout so he can check the pawns. Look at his focus on the pawns, guys. He's played this map really well. And the first thing you do is you get War Galley, and then you hope that these things get upgraded and clear out the fish. BadBoy's playing this amazing. Also, I'm not sure precisely what was going on in Platinum Season 1, but I think BadBoy was either sick or traveling. I forget exactly, but he didn't perform at the level that I felt like he was going to. So it could be that he's really looking to bounce back, or maybe I'm wrong on those details. I don't know. I seem to recall hearing something. Okay. The scouts fighting here. Heartt's going to want those scouts alive to pick off any monks from the Lithuanians. Great jockey for the hill there from Hearttt. And BadBoy, again, happy to have this pond. Here he goes in against Heartt's fish, and it's an easy clear. And he will kill all those fishing ships now. Yeah, BadBoy was also in a really tough group. But I think I had heard that there was something else that was going on too. But yeah, he was in the group that was considered the group of death in the first Platinum League. And of course there's a hole there. Of course there's a hole there. Heartt's going to love this. Meanwhile, you've got the knights over here. And the knights are going to clear up his crossbow. And Heartt's got to micro this. So he's probably not able to micro this too well. And Hearttt is falling behind right now. He's been behind in fish for most of the game. Loses those crossbows. And just some big problems for him everywhere you look. Including this. He wasn't able to stop this dock. Him not being able to stop this dock means he could lose those fishing ships as well. BadBoy's on 2 TCs. Has good fishing eco. Not great, but good fishing eco. Much better than Hearttt. And Heartt's in comeback mode. And he had a crazy comeback in silver, if you guys watched that series. Who did Hearttt play again? Oh, God, the Knights are in. Oh, no. I actually forget who Hearttt played, which is a bit disappointing because it was 3-1, if I recall. Oh, I think it was Jibbatong. Yeah, Jibbatong. Oh, man, Hearttt gets his conversion there. He's got to save that monk if he has any chance. And fortunately for him, he does save the monk. But the Eco KD is 11-1 this game. Hearttt seems completely surrounded here. It must be frustrating to follow everything. And for BadBoy, it's just been a clean and easy game. A clean and easy game where he's going to pull back the weak knights to heal up. And he's going to get relics with the Lithuanians. That's going to be relic number 1. Over here is going to be relic number 2. He's going to have 3 relics, I think. Easy. Which adds all that extra attack onto his knights. Heartt's got a couple monks of his own and some crossbows, and he really needs value from them. The positive is we don't see a lot of upgrades on BadBoy's knights. So even if he has the attack, he really needs armor and bloodlines. And BadBoy's being a bit greedy. He's dropping town centers, so he's not really investing into the knight numbers or the upgrades right now. But resources collected. Wow, it's so close, though. Oh, my goodness. Hearttt is on 2 TCs. It's just 67 eco versus 47. Crazy the difference some docks can make, right? And like, look at this, right? Like, BadBoy never stops. He's still repairing. He's still paying really close attention to this. Hearttt killed a monk there and will now kill another monk. So that's 2 monks killed. That's really nice. And now if the knights come over here, Hearttt could convert these. Oh, man, Hearttt. Hello. 3 knights. Oh, my God. Can he actually click different knights here because of this? Oh, that hurts. I mean, at least he converted 1 knight, but he loses 3 monks. We've got more knight production here from BadBoy, plus his monasteries do work a little bit faster with the Civ. So he's going to mass up to deal with this, and I like the decision from Hearttt here. He's just going to run in with the knights to raid and try and run back home with his crossbowman. It's actually the perfect play from him. If Hearttt has any chance in this game, it's with moments like this, because he's really behind in other aspects of the game. It still feels like a guarantee, though, that BadBoy's going to get all these relics. And unless you have a lot of food eco to make pikemen, I don't know what you do as Japanese against that many. You'd need to just make a lot of monks to convert the knights. But yeah, this is helpful, right? Like, any small amount of army that you can use to get value. Hearttt must be reacting here. He deletes that knight. And that knight's going to get converted now. And Hearttt now goes for another conversion. And yeah, he was definitely freaking out about this. And oh boy, BadBoy's going to dive. The monks! They're outside the walls. The crossbow's coming home. Still only 11 for Hearttt. And remember, he bans Nomad. BadBoy's good at like the fish booming and normal booming and using the fire galleys and whatnot on Nomad. It's even more prevalent here on this type of map. And he might be thinking, wow, I didn't know BadBoy was so freaking good on these settings, man. And it's amazing how BadBoy's looking. And this is Gold League. Like, 2 players that I think could be promoted to Platinum. And there seems to be a pretty sizable gap between them right now. Now let's look at the resources collected. Yeah. Big difference in all resources. And that army composition for the Lithuanians. Going to be wild now. There'll be 7 knights in a second, plus some monks, plus some siege even. If Hearttt could stop the siege workshop, that'd be nice. He does have knights with lots of attack because of the conversions, though, so he could use that against siege. Everything has just looked very clean and easy, honestly, to describe it from Jibbatong. Not Jibbatong, BadBoy! Ah! I need caffeine, man. I apologize, guys, for screwing this up. Hearttt needs every conversion to have a chance here. It would be pretty wild, though, if, like, Hearttt converts 5 knights. He could absolutely then run forward and drop a castle. Oh, man. I think you might need the siege sooner rather than later here, bad boy. He's getting chain barding armor. Loses that monk. Don't want to donate any more monks or any more knights. 4 relics. So he's got +4 attack before researching attack upgrades. And Hearttt now deletes his knights. And yeah, things will stabilize here for Bad Boy, and it's actually just looking worse and worse for Hearttt, honestly. There's a slight opportunity if he got the conversions. But 4 relics for the opponent, a really good economy for the opponent. Barracks now coming up for Hearttt. But just look at his food eco. His food eco is horrible. It's his gold eco that's really carrying him here. So he's correctly getting Sanctity and now Redemption because he knows there's a Siege Workshop there. And I think he's just going to play defense. Defense until he can maybe drop a castle on this hill. Okay, Hearttt, are you paying attention here? Hearttt? Hearttt? Oh, that could be conversions. The knights were pretty close. 1, 2, 3 conversions. Oh my god! Are you kidding me? He could get more too. Bad Boy's like, what? Oh, now the siege is converted? Hearttt can never complain about monks again. Those were some fast conversions. I think a lot of that is because he started the conversion with 3 monks. So, like, they're working together, and then he splits them up. That can change the rate at which things convert. All right. Another stable here for Bad Boy. I mean, why not, right? Like, 10 + 5 attack on these knights. Why not just make more? That's what I'd be thinking, but I'd also be really concerned, actually, that those monks are going to be able to convert you again. And things are looking better and better for Hearttt. Mangonel just gets deleted there. Not a single crossbowman goes down. Siege Workshop will get converted. Probably should be deleted by Bad Boy. You don't want to give your opponent forward Siege Workshop. And he does exactly that. Now, where does Hearttt drop this castle? He's got to be so tempted to drop it here, right? Oh, man. He's thinking about it, thinking about it. Bad Boy's going to have 10 + 6 knights. Hearttt needs every conversion. Bad Boy's got 8 more knights in queue. And here comes Hearttt. Here we go. No pikeman upgrade. That's crazy. No pikeman upgrade. There's the pikeman upgrade. But Bad Boy's going to have over 20 knights soon. I don't know if the conversions will do it, guys. I think he needs more monks. And this is assuming he gets every single conversion. Here he goes. He's going to try. The knights will have all the attack in the world. They're on the hill. And oh, God. Yeah, that's not happening. That's too many knights. And more will come. And the monks will go down. And the crossbows will run. And Bad Boy might actually follow this up by sending villagers forward and dropping a castle on Heartt's face. Not even just dropping it here. Just running forward and doing it to Hearttt. Because you know he can't stop you now. Yeah, and that's precisely what he's going to do. 20 knights on the field here for Bad Boy. Still not a high enough number of pikemen for Hearttt as he drops a castle to try and keep himself alive. But these knights are going to have something to say about that. The pikemen are not strong enough. There goes the castle foundation. And this is probably the end for Hearttt. That eco just paid off for Bad Boy. And it was a sick game from him. GG. 48 knights created in that game. I mean, his economy was flying. 4 TCs behind it. Wow. And what great patience from Bad Boy. Because he had 800 or 900 stone there. But, and this is something I'm trying to preach a bit more, and this is something that I'm trying to learn myself a little bit more. He knew that dropping a defensive castle or just dropping a castle because he had the stone wasn't necessary there. He wanted a position. And so he was patient with it, and he kind of knew that it was all going to be down to if you won the fight in the first place. And in the end, that fight wins him that game, and the castle obviously kind of sealed it and was the final nail in the coffin. Bad Boy was so good. The initial dock was really good. Prioritizing the other pawns was really good. I actually didn't talk about this because it happened super late, but Hearttt eventually got back over here. But like Bad Boy clearing out Heartt's fishing ship in the north and clearing out the fishing ships in the west were the talking points of this game for me. And then in early Castle Age, Bad Boy was just all over it. Faster second town center, faster to the relics, and then the couple knights that he did make really had Hearttt in the back foot. I think Hearttt actually needed more archer numbers. Like, it really felt like he never had a big mass. Like, here he's got 4 archers. Not a lot. 6 archers. 4 archers. Like, I think normally if you're building up towards archers from feudal age to castle age, you want to have like 15, 20. So I don't know if that means he needs a second range or what. But I can understand why he ran into that problem, because you're spending so much wood and gold on stuff on this map because you're going for ships as well. But BadBoy takes game number 1. That's what the economy looked like. 34,000 more resources collected. And again, I think these are like the 2 kings of their group in gold. We'll look at the group after we know this result. Actually, we won't look at this group at all until after I'm done casting Gold League in general today, because I don't want to spoil any of the other results. But dang, BadBoy opening up strong. Let's go. All right, game 2. We've got Malay for BadBoy, and Heartt's playing as the Mayans here. Malay, I understand. We tend to see a lot of civilizations picked that incorporate the water. So Malay, Byzantines, Japanese. You do also see Mongols a lot because of the amount of hunt, but I think Mongols were banned out. But Mayans is not one I was expecting. It's definitely more of a classic pick, and I think that is something that's going to stick with Heartt for a while. Hopefully he continues to compete and continues to play and watch events, blah, blah, blah. But I think part of it is just like good old trusty Mayans, right? Like, can you ever go wrong with the Mayans? But man, this generation is good for the Malay. So Scandinavia can send you on either side of this of the water. And from what we're seeing here, Heartt is actually closer to this shoreline, which is the same shoreline as BadBoy. So, they're not going to scout each other in feudal age. Or sorry, they're not going to scout each other in dark age. So Heartt's just going to go for the closest dock, most likely, which should play directly into the Malay players' hands if they want to try and win water here. Now, I've seen quite a few generations in Scandi, and I actually have yet to see them being on the same side of the water like this. So I don't know how common it is in our version of Scandinavia, but again, we saw the previous game and how good it was for BadBoy when he competed for water. This is usually more about land for the Mayans, but they need to have some water in the early game. A BadBoy running forward, by the way, stealing some pigs here. And I think Heartt's aware of that. I think Heartt sees his deer moving, and is he going for the scouts? Maybe not. He actually can't see it, but he can see the stuff's moving, so he might be confused. And yeah, there, now he sees it. Yeah, we removed the wolves. Scandinavia should never have wolves. You should never go to Dhaka Shoreline on any water map and have to deal with the wolf attacking you. Maybe an unpopular opinion, but I'm not sure why you asked that. You probably asked that because I brought that up before. I think that's kind of a no-brainer, personally. Heartt's running this way now. I think Heartt believes they're very close. And as far as he can tell, his opponent's scout came in from this side. So he's now like, where is he? And is he over on this side? Because that can happen. Like, your opponent can kind of be anywhere. So actually, scouting early is a huge thing then, right? Wow. That's why you send 2 vills to dock on maps with water wolves? No. There's no water wolves. There's the dock there for BadBoy. No, I mean, I've had 3 wolves attack 1 villager before. You send 2 vills with no loom, you're in trouble. Supply is good to hear. Being sarcastic, by the way. Nobody do that. Thank you, thank you. Gotta love how chat rolls with it. T90 just joined in. What's the lineup of matches for the rest of the day? We have this, and then we have one more series in gold, which will be Freaking Andy versus White Courts. At least I believe that's the set I'm going to do. If there were other sets that happen, I might choose others, but I'm kind of interested in that one, so I think we'll go that route. So there's the dock for Heartt. But Heartt is going to be kicking himself because he's going to be like, are you kidding me, man? Are you freaking kidding me? He's like, I'm docking the side of the Malay. It's the last thing you want to do. And he still hasn't found his opponent, but he's found where his opponent is not. And I'm surprised he isn't trying to confirm it at the very least. But if I were BadBoy, I would confirm that my opponent's docked. And I think that's BadBoy's next move. Remember BadBoy scouting in the first game? He checked all the pawns. Now he sees the eagle there from Heartt, so Heartt knows, oh god, okay, he's probably docked my side. Not sure if I'm a fan of that. Yeah, been impressed with BadBoy's scouting so far in this series. Heartt's villager there will be spotted by the scout eventually. You never see this house if there's not another house or dock over there. Are there more games after this one? Yes! There's more games after this one. You might have just got here, I guess. But 30 seconds ago, I did mention that, which is why I made the loud noise. I'm sorry. Thanks for being here. Let's see if BadBoy goes for a quick wall. If he quick walls this, then his scout's going to be able to kill the Heartt's eagle. He's thinking about it. I don't think he can get the quick wall down, but he will obviously kill the eagle. Okay, so loses the Vil, kills the eagle. I think that's a pretty decent trade. From Heartt's perspective, he has to assume his opponent's docking, and he has to assume he's going to lose some water control here. Guys, he didn't push in any deer underneath his TC. He lost 2 pigs. He doesn't know where his boar is. I don't know if the disaster could be worse for Heartt. You don't know where your third boar is. You lost 2 pigs. Your opponent's docked on the same side of you as Malay, and they're going for control. And your Mayans. And you don't have a scout. Also could lose a villager to this if he's not careful. If the scout's on the hill, that villager will most definitely die. So now Heartt's got to worry about this. I think BadBoy will end up being patient here and running back. And, oh, he loses the scout. That's really good for Heartt, actually. Because now there's a sense of mystery about this game. Heartt's going to go galleys, or fire galleys to defend his fishing ships right now. And BadBoy's just going to wall up. Wall up. Not planning to do much more, at least from what I can see right now. Here he comes with his galleys. This is Heartt's perspective. It's just a 2-galley opening here for BadBoy, so he can snipe the fishing ships and then play into fire galleys. This is a nifty move, because you kill fishing ships so much faster with the galleys. So he gets that one. He's going to get this one. And then I think he's going to have to GB. Maybe not. Oh, man. Okay, well, I think it's probably not worth sticking around for this one. You want to keep your ship alive. It's obviously your tourney, but it's your call. But I kind of like a map where it has a really high-risk dock. Yeah, sure. But it has to be the same level of risk each time, which having like 6 wolves on the shoreline is not, because some people might run into a wolf and other people might not, right? So the latter version of Scandinavia is just usually imbalanced in that one person runs into a wolf and the other does not. Look at this. That galley's chasing that thing. Oh, and it gets it! Oh, man! Oh, this has been a great start for BadBoy. He's got to be careful. He's got to fall back. Okay, so there's a barracks from Heartt. No barracks yet from BadBoy. And BadBoy's still working off of 2 fishing ships, but only 2. You could make an argument for maybe fishing the other side, by the way. Especially with the Malay. The Malay have more dock vision, which is why I say that. And look at this galley block. Oh my god, BadBoy. That's a weak galley, right? If Heartt was paying attention. Oh, no way. Heartt just never expected that. In the end, though, Heartt is able to get away. BadBoy's got to be careful chasing here. There could be a demo coming in. And in the end, Heartt will probably be pretty happy with that. Okay. A boar killed a Vil, so Heartt lost a villager to a boar. I think you're right. This has not been a very smooth sailing game here, or series, for the Peruvian. Big boom there. And now he needs to fall back and wait for his demo. And on water, this is probably going to continue to be more the same. I wouldn't expect that to change. What matters is, are you taking your hunt, which both players are? And what matters are you going to be making something like archers or scouts or anything on land? Oh god, that fire ship, though. That fire ship. Ooh, that was interesting. BadBoy's been getting the better of the micro engagements, and it's just not stopping here. 9 to 4 KD for BadBoy. 4 to 10 for Heartt, because the boar contributed to a kill. All that said, though, Heartt has pretty good resources, so maybe he could reach Castle Age faster. He still has, what, 1 fishing ship and versus 2, which is not that crazy. Resources looking pretty good for BadBoy, though, too. And he does advance faster to the next age. I'm still waiting for a cheeky demo from either player. Good micro, though. Just much better micro from BadBoy. He's got better production and way better micro. On water, that is. Anyone else still shocked that Hearttt picked Scandinavia as a home map? I know Hearttt is a player, and that's the last map that I would have expected him to pick. Like, he banned Arabia, too. Like, maybe he just... I don't know. He probably wanted to be too fancy. Like, that happened to me when I played in Silvers. I was, like, pretty confident I could win on certain maps. So I was just like, okay, let's not play my exact style. Let's just... If you think you're the better player, sometimes you do that. I don't think he should have come into this thinking he was the way better player. But I don't know, man. Like, I just haven't been super impressed, I guess, with how his decisions have been compared to BadBoy. At least compared to the water, as we've got an archer range there. Okay. Another good micro back. Like, the timing on the micro and the pullbacks from BadBoy has just been really good. That's a 1 HP save. And then Hearttt loses his ship. The BadBoy's going to be up faster. Hearttt is on the other side right now, and he's with the fire galley seeing if there's any fishing ships from BadBoy. That's interesting. And the fact there's an archer range is interesting, because Hearttt could build up towards archer numbers. But think about what BadBoy did in the previous game. He went water into a second town center, and then he mixed in knights. Can't really go knights all that well with the melee, but I think he could still justify an early boom. Hearttt will obviously want to be doing some damage. Also, shout out to the mosquito that bit the top of my toe this week. If your goal is to be terrible, you are. Oh my goodness, it itches. Ah. Dude, I get mosquitoes bite me in the most annoying of areas these days. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a type of mosquito that I have where I live now or what. That was a good demo from Hearttt. But it's always in, like, my knuckles. Like, my toe knuckles or my hands knuckles. Never on just, like, my arm or my leg. Ugh. Okay. Eagle's running in. So there must be a hole there? How did that happen? 3 TC boom from BadBoy. Well, if Hearttt goes siege push, it could be interesting. BadBoy didn't even go for the war galley upgrade, which is a bit surprising. He does desperately want to dock this side. Yeah, shout out to Mr. Mosquito. I think an instant 3 TC boom is really greedy and can lead to you having a lot of villagers but nothing else. That might be why he's keeping villagers on stone, though, so he could drop a defensive castle, but... If Hearttt sees that... So Heartt's going to see... Yeah, he knows it's 3 TC boom. Hearttt should go siege push, I think. Heartt's getting Bod Canero for 5 archers. Same thing that happened last game, remember? Had like such a low archer count. And there's siege defense now for BadBoy. Because he knows it's likely going to be archers. Good timing from him. Also, Doc will go up over here for BadBoy. He doesn't know Heartt's over here. Hearttt should find him if this is a patrol, so Hearttt will maybe notice that. Cut your sugar intake. Your blood is too sweet. Dude, my sugar intake's fine, all right? Is that even proven? Isn't it the type of blood you have, not your diet, when it comes to mosquitoes? I thought that was it. I'm not a mosquito expert. But yeah. I don't really have eat a lot of sugar, all right? Stop trying to sell me this dream that I could just cut out sugar entirely and mosquitoes will never bite me. They will absolutely destroy me. I think there's a lot of other factors. I've been bitten enough to know. But maybe I should appreciate the tip. CO2, stop breathing? Yeah, maybe if I stop breathing, they'll stop biting me. Yeah, the CO2 thing I've heard before. Fire Galley's over here from BadBoy. He doesn't attack Hearttt here. This is so smart. He doesn't attack Hearttt because he knows Hearttt will get an attack signal. And so he's going to loop in and he wants to see if Hearttt has fish, which in this case, obviously, Hearttt does. Hearttt 2 TCs. Both players have villagers on stone, though. So both players could be thinking about a castle. And both players have crucial gold positions towards this middle area. The eco is better for BadBoy, but he's been so greedy here, and Heartt's looking to punish this man. Oh, it's some great kills, too. And Heartt needed that. And you know Heartt was paying attention to that, right? BadBoy was probably looking over here. Heartt was absolutely paying attention to that, because he immediately tasked the TC afterwards. Okay, so Heartt's off water. 2 town centers. Archers haven't mattered much. But the Mango Micro will. And now BadBoy can't take stone easily. Had a mosquito bite between my toes. That was the worst one. Oh, that sounds awful. Yeah, mine are always on like my toe or finger knuckles. I don't know if it's a type of mosquito. Okay, and this hill also is really good from Heartt to take. He could have so easily pressured this side. Oh! Oh, Heartt was so close to getting a kill there. I'm not really sure what the Monk Edition does for BadBoy right now, too. I think if BadBoy would have opened with the Siege Workshop and just paid attention to the middle, I think he would have been in a better position. But he dropped 3 TCs, and Heartt says, you're on 2 now, buddy boy. Great recovery from Heartt as he drops TC number 3. And I think this market's needed, too, so he could get a few more eco upgrades. Buy some food. It's funny. Neither player has good knights, but at least one of them gets knights, I guess. Let's see if BadBoy wants to go for a stable one. Oh, he actually has a stone back here. Ah. That's interesting. Also trying to redock for more fish. Still adding fish. And he will end up dropping a castle here. Something Heartt will see. I mean, I guess if you see this, you're a little frustrated if you're Heartt. But at the same time, what does that castle even defend? Oh my goodness! Is this Heartt or is this MBL? Dang. That Mango Micro was sick. It's Heartt to stop, guys. It's Heartt to stop this guy. Okay, bad joke. But yeah, seriously. 4 mangonels now. This could get out of hand fast. Wouldn't mind to see Heartt maybe make an eagle or 2. But I am concerned to what will happen if Karambit Warriors come out of this castle. I guess he'll have a couple eagles here, so that will offer a bit of a buffer. Here come the Karambits. They produce really fast. Hey guys, what do you call 1,000 Karambit Warriors? I'll wait. I'll let you think about that. Forging on the way for Karambits. Let's see, his Heartt notice this one. Heartt sees it. BadBoy knows. Full mango pressure. You've got to get your eco right behind this if you're Heartt. You don't have fishing ships anymore, so you need farms too. If you look away for a second, you have problems, but he doesn't do it. What? Oh, he just killed his own mangonel. He's so good. He's actually just evening out the KD from earlier because he lost the villager to a boar, so he's just trying to correct the stats so people forget that. But I don't think there's enough villagers repairing this. This could be another TC down here for BadBoy. The guy said 500 pop. A gigabit? Yeah, that was the joke. That was the joke. But 500 pop is also accurate, I guess. I really like this castle from Heartt. I was thinking that he should place it here to deny these resources, but against melee, there's always a risk that they're going to be imp faster than you. And uh-oh, BadBoy with the recovery, but the dancing from Heartt. Woo! Holy crap, man. Heartt is delivering under pressure here. Like, so many things happened in this game that were negatives for him. The map layout, the losing the eagle, the losing the fish early, the water micro, like, none of it looked great. And oh my god! Guys, this is why the hype is there for Heartt. If you weren't hyped before, this is why people freak out about this guy. BadBoy's lost 2 TCs. He's lost the Siege Workshop now. He thought Karambit Warriors would work, but the problem is they're so low HP, the mangonels smack him. Speaking of little mosquitoes, that's what these things are. Oh my goodness. Okay, Heartt finally allows the Karambits getting close. And there you go. Okay, so 1 mangonel goes down. Next one stays up. And now if you're Heartt, you just mix in those plumed archers. You think about an Imperial Age. But you need to get imp soon because BadBoy's going to try and get imp. This is such a risky castle, man. Right next to the opponent's siege workshop. It feels so risky. Oh, man. Hearttt should also imp, because you have to assume BadBoy could get this castle up, and that way you can treb it down. It will be about a treb war. As the Krambits run in, oh, they won't get them. They won't get the mangoes. Castle's at 60%. That's a lot of ills. There's plumed archers, there's eagles, there's mangonels. BadBoy, 70%. He's not going to get the castle up. He is on the way to the Imperial Age. He desperately needed this one, and he doesn't have a siege workshop, so he's going to add another siege workshop now. Huge position for Hearttt to be in. So it's a Dow Castle here in Gold League. Heartt's actually making rams, so we could just ram this down. Where would you place your castle if you're Hearttt? Again, I don't think you want to place it here because BadBoy has a castle here, and he could be an imp faster than you. Maybe over here. Maybe just safe at home. I don't know. I wouldn't actually mind a second one, like in the same spot, truthfully. Okay, 8 plumes. I've yet to see a situation in this series where Hearttt has more than like 10 really important military numbers. So I'll be curious to see how many plumes he gets here. Like, okay, I mean, the mangonels were obviously pretty well massed in this game. And now his mangonels get pushed back. He's microing the plumes. That's so many Karambit warriors. The castle's going to go up, I guess. This is why Rams is weird. Like, the Rams are unlikely going to do much, but I guess it does force repairs right away. And BadBoy, if he opens with Treb, still has a great chance. Oh, no way. You're kidding me. Wow. This is honestly crazy game sense from BadBoy. Just push with the Treb war and hope that plumes don't become an issue. And you just have to protect your Trebs with your own castles. BadBoy's been in this little corner this whole time. But he still can take some stones, still can take some gold, still has plenty of wood. Okay, Hearttt needs to go for his own Trebs. He's doing so. He's going for Bracer now. Hearttt needs to find as much stone as possible, too, and get villagers there. Actually, I don't see a lot of it. Okay, there's stone. Bear with me, guys, as I look. Okay, there's stone there, too. And obviously, try and find value with the plumed archers. We see repair villas here from Hearttt. Melee advancing to the next stage can bail you out of some crazy problems. I think both players should lean on the market too. Sell wood for gold, buy stone, just keep it up. These plumed archers, they see the mangonel. Great job from Hearttt. He will see that stone. But there's like nothing else beyond just trebuchets right now for BadBoy. He's thinking about skirms. And Hearttt not choosing to go for the castle, but instead choosing to go for the Trebs from BadBoy. It's an interesting decision, and he might just do both. I really like how this has looked for Hearttt. Normally, I do one or the other, but he took one Treb, and now he's going for the castle. Mayans don't get Bombard Cannon. Getting Chemistry and getting Bombard Cannon would be an amazing move for BadBoy, but he's really constricted. And he has to go for the skirms first, he feels, because he's really worried about these plumes, because he needs to take this gold. Hearttt has more HP on this castle as he now gets masonry, and upgrade BadBoy never got. Hearttt has more population. There are quite a few skirms in queue right now for BadBoy, but BadBoy's lost that castle and he could lose the next. I kind of like the idea of going for a ram again for Hearttt. I'm such a hypocrite because I said earlier that I wouldn't like it. But I kind of like it here because you could go after the Trebs. And that would just force some type of reaction from BadBoy. That's an awkward mining camp for Hearttt, but this whole game has been awkward. Everything he's doing is awkward. Because he's got 5 Trebs on versus 3. And BadBoy has to be careful here. This is a risky game. No Bombard Cannons for him to make the difference. Will the skirms be enough to push back those plumed archers from Hearttt? Hearttt doesn't have many barracks going yet, so he's not thinking about eagles. Might see him consider it. Everything's dying to these Trebs. These Trebs have 7 kills. 4 villagers and then 3 skirmishers killed. Oh, there's no more Trebs from BadBoy, though. That's the problem. Great spot to sit in here if you're Hearttt. Maybe one tile further back would be better, actually. But He's killing villagers, which is what matters. And he's going to take the Treb. And if Hearttt can take the Trebs, I think Hearttt can take the game. What a great comeback from him. How many other people here thought he was dead? I did. I was like, oh god, Heartt's going to send me a message about how Scandinavia is unfair because he spawned on the same water side as the Malay, as the Mayans. Like, that was where my brain was going. I was like, oh, jeez. Do we have to look at this? Like, I don't know. It's not a generation I've seen a lot, so I was just trying to think about what we should say about it. I kind of like it. Like, I think it promotes scouting. Obviously, losing your eagle early is not great. Also, Heartt's losing his Trebs. Heartt's in a position to win this game if he just takes this castle and continues to hold this position. Okay, so a little sloppy from him. He will lose his plumes back here. Heartt's producing 0 army right now. I don't know if anyone else has picked up on that. Now he's producing plumes. Okay, there you go. Takes out another castle from BadBoy. And BadBoy won't be able to get many other castles. Just paying attention to this over here. Plumed archers, elite eagle. That's what you want if you're Hearttt. For the time being, he just continues to make the plumed archers. No elite upgrade, but he will have full blacksmith upgrades. A full university upgrades otherwise. And there it is. All right, there's the infantry armor as he drops another castle in the back. This is normally where you see quite a few barracks dropped from a player in Heartt's position. And again, they think, oh, BadBoy found that stone. That could be interesting. They think about eagles. Still not seeing the eagle production yet from Hearttt. We see a ram being created from the siege workshop. He's going to try and go after Treb, probably. And he's getting elite plumed archer, but there's 31 skirmishers. That's a little awkward. Yeah, Eagles is absolutely a great play here, Supplies, because you know that BadBoy isn't in the best of positions economically to, like, go for the two-handed swordsman. But yeah, you are correct that, you know, in the long term, you do have to worry a little bit about Malay getting those two-handed swordsmen. But remember, the two-handed swordsman still died to the plumes, too, right? So, it's not a bad thing. Also, the ram totally paid off here. He's researching capped ram in this siege workshop. Like, Hearttt. Where's the Eagle Warrior upgrade, man? I think he might go Onager, actually. I think he's actually not going to go Eagles. But what is he going to do? There's been too many instances where he's not producing army. If he loses this game, I think he's going to regret not going for the Eagle switch. Or at the very least, just not massing more plumed archers. Oh, man. Oh, man. His Trebs. Hearttt. BadBoy. Oh, the dodge. Hearttt will lose the Treb and now back away, and BadBoy's starting to pressure. Meanwhile, the plumed archers, they're just not happy about this. And these are elite plumes. They will take out these skirmishers pretty easily. And now El Dorado, and now Heartt's like, all right, you know what? Screw it. We're going to go Eagles. He's dropping those barracks now. But he had a lot of time and a lot of resources. And here are these plumed archers. They will clear up the karambits. The skirms don't have the final armor, so actually Hearttt could take that fight, especially with the hill, and kill those skirms. That's really good. He will use these Trebs to go for the one Treb from BadBoy. And I think that number, just one Treb, I think that says everything about BadBoy's current position. He's just been running out of resources. He's been at the limit for so long. And the GG's just called. I mean, I think the Eagle switch would have inevitably come in. Hearttt also did the right thing to go El Dorado if you're going to do it. And yeah, Heartt's going to eventually just brute force his way home here. It got a little sloppy near the end there from Hearttt, but his Mangonel micro won him this game. Like, that was insane, dude. He had, first off, he scouted what BadBoy was doing, realized it was immediate 3 TC boom. The correct move to that is to pressure with siege. He pressured on the hill, which many players wouldn't do because the siege pressure started over here. And then he had ridiculous moments of micro, both against the enemy Mangonels and the Karambit Warriors. And that's easier said than done when you have to have good farming eco because your opponent has fish and you don't. So I think he showed his speed and his multitasking there. I'm not sure if that'd show on the APM. But yeah, that's showing how quick he was in comparison, at least in some stages. BadBoy's not a slow player, but wow, great series then we have here. That's why we wanted to cast this one. I knew this would be close. And I forget what Bad Boy's home map is. There's the resources collected, by the way. But at least here on the stream, I think this may be edited later. I need to get water. So we'll go to the draft page, and then I'll get my water, and then we'll return with game 3. All right, here we are, game number 3. Hearttt versus Bad Boy. We have Kilimanjaro, a map that both players probably see as a map that's good for cavalry and aggression. We have Tatars for Hearttt. More food on those sheep. Also, doing more damage on top of hills would be super helpful. And then we have Bad Boy playing as the Berbers. Really fun matchup. Couple things to get out of the way before I maybe answer a couple questions and whatnot. Every game matters in gold, right? So it's the same as Platinum, only it leads towards an eventual... Well, the way it works is whoever wins their group, because there's 4 groups in gold, will automatically get promoted to Platinum. And then there is a playoff of sorts where you have second place versus third place from respective groups to see who also gets promoted to Platinum afterwards. So, like, let's say Bad Boy gets first, he gets promoted to Plat. Let's say Hearttt gets second. Then Hearttt is going to have to play someone who is third in another group to then see, whoever wins that series and whoever wins that series. Again, this is many weeks ahead of us, but eventually go to Platinum. And I'll cast all those, by the way. Like, all those sets will be covered. I won't be covering every other minute of gold. But I will be covering those because obviously those are really important. What else was I going to say? Oh, the other thing about this map is you've got to be taking the shorefish, man. If you want fast feudal builds, skip the berries, take the shorefish. I have done this for a reason. 2 shorefish, 400 food right there. Faster food income from the berries, or than the berries. So we'll see if the players actually take advantage of that here. I've seen games where players haven't, and then they've regretted it. So just, things to think about. Any fun fan interactions at Heidelberg? Dude, I had a lot of fun fan interactions at Heidelberg. I mean, it was so cool, man. I didn't meet a single person who wasn't nice to me. There were so many people. I don't know how many people I took pictures with or signed autographs for. Maybe a minimum of like 150. But everyone was really courteous and really kind. The normal thing that I heard from people is like, I've been watching you for a long time. Really appreciate the content. A lot of people, some people were super shy and so they just couldn't say anything. And they're like, T90, can I get a photo? And then other people were like, T90, hey, I'm this person. I've been in your chat for 5 years, blah, blah, blah. There was always a big variety of people. But everyone was always really sweet and kind and whatnot. So, yeah, I enjoyed it. I mean, probably the most notable story from meetups was I met an individual named Lieutenant Crackers, who many of you guys might recognize from chat. He's been a part of the community for, 4 or so years. And so he came up. He's like, hey, T90, nice to meet you. He's like, I'm Lieutenant Crackers. And of course, I immediately was like, oh, of course. What's up, man? Like, some people I just knew because of their names or whatever. And he opens his backpack. So he's like holding it waist high. Opens it real like sneaky like. So I thought he was going to try and like deal me drugs or something. Opens his backpack. He's like, hey, choose one. One's for you. And they were 2 different bottles of Macallan. Which is, I'd said before, is the scotch that I really like. And so he gave me a expensive bottle of Macallan as a gift, which was super cool. And then, I was all stressed on how to fly that bad boy home and everything. But I got it sorted, so it all worked out. But yeah, that's like maybe one of the more notable stories. Well, you also had that. And you also had a couple people like really dressed up in costumes. Like Sir Walrus, who's occasionally in chat. He dressed up as like a Teutonic Knight and had like a Sir Walrus little like thing on his I forget if it was his chest plate or if it was his back. But yeah, some people went crazy. Also, there's this guy named Builder. And Builder, I think his name everywhere is like Builder AoE. He's around here sometimes. He gave me these little cards. They had little Age of Empires artwork on it, which was nice. And I actually have them. And he gave me one with an archery range on it. And he was like, I'm not going to give you 3 of them because you already have 3 archer ranges on the island. Or something like that. And then he like giggled. And I was like, oh, funny, funny, buddy. So yeah, they're all coming back to me now. But they were really good experiences overall. So it was cool to... it's not the only age meetup I've been able to go to over the years. But, it was a really special one. And they all are. And it's cool to sometimes just get to say hello to you guys. Even if, I don't... A lot of people didn't even have like a username or a name they went by. They just wanted a photo or to say hello, so. All right, cool. So, BadBoy, moving over here towards Heartt's base. BadBoy with the scout at 41 HP. If you look at Heartt's HP, it's a little bit less than that because of the engagements they just had. Scouts for both players. BadBoy likes his walls. So, I could foresee him walling this direction. Would make a lot of sense. Both players took the shorefish, by the way, as I'm sure you both noticed by now. Did you meet somebody who was super rude in chat before? I have met some chat member. I don't know about rude, but over the years, I have met people. So here's the thing, guys. If you're in my chat, you're generally never rude. Because I stamp that stuff out. Like, if you're rude... and you're annoying and like super obnoxious, for the most part, you don't stick around long because you're like, oh, other people aren't rude and obnoxious here. These people don't think I'm funny or ridiculous, So for the most part, my community is generally pretty good. But, I pay attention to a lot of streams and whatnot over the community and names stick with me. So there have been instances. I remember it was an NAC3 meetup. I'm not going to say the name, but some person was like very drunk and crazy and wild. And they came up to me. And they're like, hey, T90, nice to meet you. And in my brain, I was like, that seems about right. I was like, yeah, okay. Yep, this would be you, So, but every time I've met a viewer or like a person that I know from online or whatever in person, generally speaking, they're just as you would expect them. Some people are really different, but for the most part, it's like, yep, that's what I expected. Nice Vil pick there. That's a very nice start here for BadBoy. BadBoy killed a scout from Heartt as well. And Heartt just going more for the small walls, right? Whereas BadBoy's going for the big walls. I think Heartt could have easily gone for an eventual wall out here. But it's frustrating for him because he went for what he considered to be the safe play, and he lost the villager anyways. But, I mean, you've got to track your opponent's army, right? Like, BadBoy tracked these scouts the whole way through. Heartt wasn't really able to do that. And now, I mean, Heartt still can't seem to do this. And this must be really frustrating for Heartt at the moment to lose another villager to only 3 scouts. He still hasn't been able to get any kills. Now, if Heartt runs through here, though, that could change. Because the spearmen for BadBoy have chosen to go forward. And, oh, boy, you might regret that. And that's going to be a villager down. That should be 2, actually. It might be 3. BadBoy surely microing here. But, okay, Heartt suddenly feeling better about life. And if I'm him, I run right by. Yeah, run right by. Boom. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Nice. Yeah, so now you can use those 4 scouts indefinitely. And you're pretty well protected if you're Heartt. I mean, it got messy here, but you're still in a pretty nice position. We'll follow these scouts around. But yeah, so that was a nice little, nice question, I guess. But yeah, meetups are cool, man. Meetups are cool. I got to meet some viewers. Like, the special moments for me are people who kind of like, are like, I don't want to waste too much of your time, but I want to tell you, how much you helped me in like a tough moment in my life. Like, there were some people who like had to work up the courage to say, like, listen, like, I don't think you realize, but like, you helped me so much through this time that I didn't think I could get through. And it was so sweet, man. And I could tell how much work and like courage it took these people to say those things, which made it mean so much more to me. And 3 villagers killed from Heartt. So he recovered. He killed 3 villagers straight. And I think Heartt would prefer this position if you would have asked him ahead of time. He might even get 1 more here, but he's going to be patient with it. And he's going to have that range. I actually think the range is going to be helpful because BadBoy doesn't have much scout presence anymore. So those archers are going to do something. I mean, We'll see if they accomplish a whole lot. But I feel like denying the berries could be very helpful. That won't be something Hearttt has to deal with here. So, very aggressive Kilimanjaro game, as kind of I was expecting this map to be. Some other players have shown that you can wall up this map. And so it's been rather defensive at times, but this is kind of what I was hoping for. Awkward wood lines, more and more pressure towards the middle throughout the rest of the game. We've yet to see a Kilimanjaro game go imp. I wonder if we'll ever see that. Yeah, but BadBoy's idle TC time is insane. That's true. Yeah, that's really bad. I mean, his farm count's also insane, though. So his castle time will still probably be a little bit better than Heartt's. But at least in the case of Hearttt, at least Hearttt can disrupt eco right now. Again, though, this is going to be a big trend for Hearttt. Like, what's his archer count actually going to be when he makes it to Castle Age? He ends up using the market to click up, and they click up at the same time here. Nice to follow the stream while painting my 3D tiles to terraforming Mars, listening to you talking. A lot of people just use me as background noise. I obviously have made jokes about how that bothers me. Like, guys, aren't you even paying attention? Oh my god. But now, like, these days, I will use a lot of things to help me rest, or, you know, as like good background noise from time to time. And so I don't really take offense to that at all. I think it's pretty cool. And if you want to, like, I think the metric that creators should value their importance on is actually watch time. That's what platforms value people on, by the way. It's not peak views, it's watch time. It's not followers, well, followers matters in some ways. At least in my experience, like, what Facebook really valued me on was watch time, not just viewers. That's something that my channel has always done a pretty good job on. 6 archers. It is going to be 2 ranges for Hearttt, so it seems like a long-term commit for him. It'll be 2 stables for BadBoy. I feel like BadBoy is going to be able to kill these ranged units, though. And he's got cheaper stable units. If Hearttt had, like, 15 archers that were about to be crossbows, it's a different story, but I think he just has a lot of idle time with his production on ranged units right now. Your voice is comfortable to hear. What did you say to me, you piece of... I'm kidding. That's just a joke. But I was like, okay, let's just make it not comfortable for a second. Make him uncomfortable. Crossbow, Bodkin. They're fast Berber villagers, too. So even if this army breaks in, you'd think the villagers should be able to run away. He doesn't want to let them in, though. Okay, interesting. Hearttt just has 2 random crossbows here. Like, that's an easy pickoff with the knight, right? Oh, I saw the scout. Okay. BadBoy's still not wanting to engage against that. Still trying to get that mass. Maybe he wants to surprise Hearttt. Heartt's going to go for a town center. And Heartt's going to go for cav archers. And I like the cav archer choice. Cav archer choice just takes a lot of time to mass up. Crossbows and spearmen, 1 in. I think Hearttt will just want to buy time with this more than anything. If he could kill 1 knight, he'll be happy. No, if he could kill more than 1 knight, he'll be happy. I think 1 knight should happen. Oh, man. BadBoy. Okay, takes the fight. Now you've got to pull back the weak ones. Yeah, pull back the weak ones. Super good play here from BadBoy as he drops TC number 3 even. Also a monastery so we can heal up, but here are the cav archers. Hearttt doesn't have the mass ready. Still no bloodlines. Really late to getting that unit mass in both situations with the ranged units here. He is producing out of all 3 ranges, though, and once he's on top of the hill with Tatars, this could get nasty. But he's got to fall back right now. He's got to be super careful with his villagers, too. There is a TC, though. And so I think in this situation, you have to be careful here if you're BadBoy and back away. I think ballistics will be hard to afford for Hearttt. I think he's going to just have to roll with producing the cav archers first. Producing cav archers out of 3 ranges soaks up so much wood and so much gold. And no wood upgrade for him either. Because BadBoy is He's going to try and heal for now and then work towards Scorpion, Monk, Knight, I think. And that combination can work. But Heartt's aggressive here. R-Base, I actually do like the second TC because he needed... I think he needed just more coverage, honestly. Heartt's trying so much. Not having Bloodlines is the biggest thing here, though. You need to have Bloodlines on Cav Archers. They're so low HP otherwise. Jumping up from 50 to 70 HP helps so much. Heartt's actually going to add Monks. I don't mind it. Obviously, it can be helpful to heal, convert. So it will be applicable to these fights. Would you sell the stone if you were Heartt? No. I think it's fine. If you're going to go 1 TC Cav Archers, you need to be cast Lage way faster. Let's put it that way. So, like, yeah, if he could have somehow sold all of his stone and gone for 1 TC, then I think he needs to be cast Lage faster. And with the Tatars, you kind of want the TCs because you don't need farms to keep Vils producing because you get the sheep. So I like 2 TCs. But how long is it going to take for these Cav Archers to start one-shotting these things? And look at BadBoy's army. The thing about it, though, is that BadBoy doesn't have +2 armor yet. And he's trying to wait for a castle, guys. Scorpions, monks, camels, knights. Oh, boy. Heartt's just working with the CA, though. I don't know where his crossbows are right now. This is... Oh, God. Oh, God, the lion won! Actually, kind of annoying. He wants the TC there. That's a good town center spot, though. Stone and gold and some wood. Okay. There is a point soon where Heartt won't worry about the scorpions and he'll just go in. But it's not yet. Not here yet. BadBoy probably wants to take the hill, right? Now, Ballistics was in. Heartt would be a lot more bold with his army. But he went for the monks instead. He's only got 1 monk. The second one's on the way, though. And here come the Vils. I love BadBoy's commitment to this. Is he going to place it on Heartt's TC? That would be so crazy. BadBoy, what you gonna do? What you gonna do with the stone that you're mining? Yeah, that was my best work right there. Oh, God, Heartt's just avoiding this army. I don't think he's expecting the boldness here from BadBoy. And BadBoy uses the market. There's no way Heartt can ever stop this. And, I mean, here would probably have been better, but this is still going to be a really good castle spot. Oh, man. Heartt, I mean, you feel the need to do damage now because your army's out of position? Can you even do damage? No, he goes for conversions. He'll get 1. The knight automatically goes after the monk. That's nice. That also gives BadBoy nice wood to take. Oh, jeez, dude. I would hate my life if I were Heartt right now. That's good, though, taking out the monks. And now camel archers can come out. Siege workshop from Heartt as he needs to just boop down this Mangonel. This TC went up, but BadBoy had spearmen there, if you saw that when I showed it. So he knows about the TC. Steal the sheep. Steal the sheep. Okay. If Heartt could get into the back of BadBoy's base right now, this would be so devastating. Like, right here. Oh, if there's a hole. Heartt, run through, run through, run through, run through. Oh, boy. That's not what BadBoy wants to deal with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 could go down. He should actually commit, I think. But I guess if he does, he could get trapped in here. That was really good. You could tell he's thinking about it. He's making BadBoy think about it. Like, BadBoy's like, oh, he's not going to run in? Okay. Town Center doesn't even have fletching, but somehow has killed like 3 or 4 Cav Archers. And these guys are running around. And now maybe Heartt regrets it. Here come the units. Heartt, it stayed underneath this TC for so long. And he's just going to leave now. And big attack rounds! Boom! That's an amazing shot from BadBoy. That was really good. In the end, though, the Vil count's even. It's 97 pop versus 105. It's close. I prefer BadBoy's position, though. Camel Archers are a great long-term unit, especially against Cav Archers. And Heartt, oh boy, he's clearly distracted. And now he's going to lose access to some of his stone, too. Oh, man. Holy. I wonder what happens in this game if Hearttt stays in the middle with his Cav Archers. Like, that's got to be priority, right? If he brings his monks with his Cav Archers and tries to take fights, what happens? Oh, so many weak units here. They get chewed up as they run away. That could be a good fight for Hearttt in the end, though. Oh, ballistics. Converts a knight there. Hearttt can't collect that gold any longer. There's a mangonel and a ram. I think that TC will be the target next for BadBoy. You can't be that far away from another castle. Will lose his mangonel and his units in the middle, though. So he's still in an awkward spot where he doesn't actually have defense at home. If you guys want to see the most entertaining game here, we want to see Hearttt run across the map and drop a castle on BadBoy's face. That's what we need. And Hearttt probably won't do it because it's so ridiculous. But actually, Hearttt doesn't win this game if he doesn't do that. Because he's just going to have a castle on his face. And I think if he tries to make a defensive castle against that, he's still in trouble. Also, shout out to these poor sheep who are going to die. I guess it's better than being eaten. But when the mangonel fires on that TC, they will die to the shot. Ballistics is now coming in. Are those villagers trapped in the wood line? If only Ballistics was in. Oh, get in front of him, Hearttt. Block him. You shall not pass, villagers. Dude, guys, I'm telling you. If Hearttt runs to the other side with his vills and castle drops BadBoy, this is going to be amazing. Because BadBoy can't, because he's pressuring. The sheep didn't die, by the way. He can't really stop that. Oh, man. Heartt's over here picking off some vills. Hearttt might kind of escape with some of these vills. I don't even know. BadBoy's trying to wall them. So the pathing for them is horrible. Cav Archers here are killing tons of vills. Ballistics is in. BadBoy's garrisoned his TC and everything, but now he's running away. This is insane. The villagers made it through the wood line. Okay, there they go. BadBoy more quick walls. Cav Archers are now in the back. Still don't think Heartt's going to place that castle we were talking about. And there's still so many Cav Archers for BadBoy. Sorry, Camel Archers. And he might actually just be able to run home at this point to deal with these. He definitely should consider placing a castle soon. Look at this AI army from BadBoy. That's crazy. But he's got great value from his fights this game. And there goes Hearttt! Let's go! Let's go! Oh my god, convert a Camel Archer, kill the rest? Oh my god. This is perfect game sense from Hearttt. Send more vills, though, man. Send more vills. No, 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 no. Place it on his face. Place it on his face. Place it on his face. That's better. That's a bit better. He's clearly worried because he saw the Camel Archers. But he has ballistics. BadBoy does not. I actually think that because BadBoy doesn't have Thumb Ring as well, that this will be an even trade for Hearttt. And oh man, can you just imagine if he would have maybe denied this at the same time? The Camel Archers showing how strong they are. Meanwhile, Hearttt is to defend himself over here. Guys, this is a ridiculous game. Like, this game is so incredibly messy. It's unbelievable. How is Hearttt still in this game? I thought he would be so dead after he got castle dropped. This castle will go up. And more Cav Archers can run in. And this is just great recognition from Hearttt that his opponent finds it extremely awkward to move around right now. Now, gold's going to be a talking point. Like, wood's going to be a talking point. Like, their economies are awful. But, like, what you want is you want the hills or the corners. Hills or the corners is what Kilimanjaro is about. Holy crap. 122 pop versus 96. I still want to say BadBoy's winning because he can make double castle Camel Archers. At BadBoy, he seems to be thinking, where can my opponent take gold? He has to be out of this. I think he's headed right towards that gold. And he's going to run right into those vills that are going to drop a castle over here. Okay, so Hearttt knows that he's been found now. He's going to run home or run over there to clear that. Hearttt also getting a relic. And oh my god, you've got to be kidding me. So now here comes BadBoy to the same area to drop a TC. Heartt's still at 22 Cav Archers. He's going to lose these vills. That might actually end up being good for Hearttt if he can get back here and drop a castle on whatever TC is going to be placed there. Just a couple Camel Archers. Do you ram this down if you're BadBoy? I don't think so. I think villagers can always fight that back. This game is incredibly messy. This is why I wanted Kilimanjaro. Okay, now these Cav Archers are going to have to defend from this. More ranges from Heartt. He's out of gold income, except for the relics. He's going to shoot down a TC from BadBoy. BadBoy's can't take that stone right now, but he's going to drop a tower here. Heartt could go for a defensive castle. I don't know, man. I still really like a castle here, but that could be so risky. Maybe you just drop a castle up here. 71 on wood for Heartt, by the way, out of 103 villagers. Oh, gosh. This is insane. Heartt can see all the stone and gold over here, too. This game could continue for a long while as we see Imp for BadBoy. Imp. What? He did use the market a little bit, but not that much. That's crazy. So it's an interesting move because he's not investing that much into army. I mean, he's still trying to get ballistics and still making a few camel archers, but it's not crazy. Heartt's the one going for the crazy investment with army. But Imp with 2 castles could mean Trebs, and Trebs could make a big difference as we see Heartt try and clear up the Scorpions and the Camel Archers. He'll do that, guys. Look at that micro. Brings in the Keshik. He actually gets gold when fighting with the Keshik too. Hype. And Heartt will defend from that. Also, the Keshik here is going after a tower. The Camel Archers did get cleared up. Okay, if Heartt knew his opponent was up, he would need Rams on one of these castles. Okay, did you see that? Did you see that? BadBoy was going to drop a castle. Heartt noticed it. And BadBoy's doing the right thing and placing it right next to his TC here. Holy crap. Still Camel Archers, right? Like, still the eco's pretty good for BadBoy. He's on this golden stone, which I think Heartt should be trying to deny. He can kind of see it. He might send knights over there. That's important, because I think that's the only gold income for BadBoy. I think so, yes. No, I'm wrong. Sorry, there's the obvious gold here. Okay, so he's okay. He's going to go for Casbah, which means faster production from castles. He's got 3 castles, which is crazy. And this is going to shock Heartt. Like, Heartt's not going to believe that his opponent's actually up right now. But Heartt could still do so much damage to his opponent. And if you want Trebs, you need quite a bit of wood and quite a bit of gold. You still need Bracer and everything for your Camel Archers to compete with Heartt's numbers. And look at Heartt. Heartt's like, okay, 4 villager kills. Lovely, lovely. Good raid. Now he's going to feel even more pressure to do damage here. It seems like a small move, but if Heartt could pull some vills to take out that tower and then mine this stone, I would love that. Heartt also has some skirms on the field too. That's something to keep in mind. But he's feeling the need to do lots of pressure now. And I think he's just spotted these Camel Archers. And now he's like, oh no, what have I done? But if he fights before Bracer, or actually, if he just takes out the numbers, it's still okay. I still think having Thumbring is awesome. The firing speed's great. And you can see BadBoy's worried now. He pulls back with the Treb. Heartt's imping, guys. Out of that town center! That's his only TC! Ah! I hope the Treb doesn't go there. That's so risky. I guess you almost hope that BadBoy knows about this castle. Because if he does, he sends the Treb there. Heartt, no! 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 That's his imp TC! Will he notice? Oh, God. Lovely stuff from BadBoy, though. He's going to drop a castle here to protect his Trebs and start to push at this. Heartt's done. He doesn't know. That's his Imperial Age TC. He's not going to make it to Imp, guys. Heartt. No. It was such a great game. You still got such a good chance. Oh, he noticed. Repair faster. He could still keep this up. Like, if he repairs with 12 vills, he's still kind of okay. This is fine. He's got to bring his Cav Archers and Skirms over to take the Camel Archers. If I'm BadBoy, I now know exactly what this means. And that's why BadBoy's taking out the vills. Oh, God. Oh, no way. I'd be so tilted if I was Heartt. He's out of repair vills, guys. He can survive one more hit after this. There we go. It's an 80 HP, 60 HP. Oh, my God. He just made it to Imp. Can you imagine if he wins this game now? That was so close. Like, it was close enough where BadBoy was using the camel archers to try and take it out. Woo, man. Well, BadBoy has the villager lead. BadBoy has the castle lead. And BadBoy can so easily take this castle out from Hearttt. So Hearttt needs something more now. And that something more from him is going to be light cav. All of which are a problem against mass camel archer, right? Like 4 castles with Casbah, which means faster production. And then camel archers is just simply a problem for the Tatars. But, hey, I mean, the engagements haven't been awful for Hearttt. That's still a good engagement. And if he can snipe the Trebs, maybe he can get the ball rolling here. He's got stables back here, too. I missed it because of everything else, but he was able to kill some of those villagers. He could maybe raid this, too. You notice how he's got all this eco on the backside, so they'll be looking there. And now, BadBoy's Trebs are trying to make it to the middle. I mean, BadBoy could lose both of these Trebs. It's almost important for Hearttt to have any chance that he takes both of those. BadBoy also going for imp armor, so he's going to add his own cav. He's got more farms than Hearttt does, right? That's a problem for Hearttt. And the cav archers and the skirms, they won't actually get it, guys. They won't actually get it. That one's saved there. Nice play from BadBoy. Heartt's going to be going CA still with no upgrades. We have Cavalier for BadBoy. Does he really think he has the gold for that? Look at Hearttt, desperate. Trying to find Vills with light cav from these stables. Can't really raid anywhere because of these castle spots. Camel archers and skirms here from Hearttt, hoping to engage... cav archers and skirms hoping to engage against the camel archers. Hearttt will repair this castle, so there's some level of confidence from him that he can hold this. Guys, he's got a crazy army count. He could still do this. Like, BadBoy has the right idea with the buildings and text he's getting, but he's engaging too early. And that Treb goes down there. These trebuchets could go down as well. BadBoy's going to back up. Hearttt has a chance. And he should immediately Treb or BadBoy, too. Oh, you're kidding me. You are kidding me. He was a millisecond away from losing Imp, which would have certainly lost him the game. Holy crap. Now, there's not that many cav archers for Hearttt, right? He could have more. He's also very exposed over here. So BadBoy's going to go to the right now because he hasn't been there pretty much ever. So he's like, Heartt's going to be exposed over there. And Hearttt is absolutely exposed over there. So now Hearttt is going to be distracted in this area where BadBoy's trying to mass cav to take those Trebs. So if these cav archers ever have to leave this location to go deal with the raids, which Hearttt might be tempted to do, the Trebs could end up going down here. Wow. Silk armor on the way, though. That'll help the light cav, and that'll also help the cav archers for the Tatars. This is a ridiculous game. So hello to the main channel on YouTube. Let's just put it that way. Because this game is bonkers, man. This is so good. I thought this game was going to be a dud, honestly. I was like, okay, Hearttt kind of through. But man, he's putting up a fight here. Not a fun map to play, not an easy map to play. The idle eco time is over 10 hours. If you look at both of them combined, we've got raids from Hearttt from these stables. Non-stop, too. Like, he sees this stuff. He has vision on it. But now BadBoy knows that this is an issue, so he's going to always raid there. I think you should look at the cav numbers here. Like, the cav archers do matter, but I think the stable numbers are going to matter the most. And the stable numbers are higher for BadBoy right now. That said, they both have horribly exposed economies, and one cav raid could kill them. The difference, again, would then be castles, right? Farming around castles becomes really important now, and Hearttt might need a castle somewhere. Love the fact that Hearttt saved these Trebs. BadBoy might actually go in to try and get them, but Hearttt saving these Trebs is a really big move. He's not going to be able to make many more. There's limited gold available on the map right now. I would say Hearttt needs a castle here to protect that gold and protect that wood and farm region around there. But you'll notice BadBoy, he's just running under the castle, but he doesn't have Trebs to back it up yet. But I love this, right? This is similar to what he did on the other side. This will catch up so quickly with Hearttt. I think Heartt's got too many fires to put out right now. The cav archers can help with that. Okay, there you go. BadBoy backing away. Hearttt has 2 relics, by the way. It's worth noting that. But look what BadBoy's doing. So first off, Heartt's raiding like a god. BadBoy can't keep up with that either. This is an amazing fight from both players here in Gold League. But, like, BadBoy's going here because of this, guys. He's trying to mass in this area to send in another wave. So he's trying to force a reaction, and Hearttt is like, he's trying to decide on if he can give that much power to it. But he's like, yeah, I guess I have to. Castle there from Hearttt. I mean, it's not the worst castle ever. And here he brings his Trebs now. And if he could take this castle out, there's quite a bit of eco behind this for BadBoy. And Cav Archer Mass is pretty good for Hearttt now. And many of these are sitting on the hill. So this whole force here, pretty expensive force considering, right? You've got Cav Archers, or Camel Archers, sorry. You've got Cavalier. All that would go down. But Hearttt just didn't engage. Almost microed too much, but he was probably looking over here. And now the Trebs. The Trebs are here. The Trebs that if they were here earlier would have ended the game had they just had one more little boink on Heartt's TC. Are you kidding me? More raiding, though, from BadBoy on this side. This is insane. Also, Camel Archers are a good unit. You know, just FYI, in case you didn't hear about that. Camel Archers, pretty good unit. Eco also pretty good for BadBoy. Still much better than Hearttt. And Blacksmith upgrades better for him. And he has Hussar with 56 on food. Hearttt only has 38 on food. Hearttt is less than 10 Cav Archers, but now he's got, you know, some farming eco to protect in the middle. And he's still getting some value from raids. But it's this area, man. I think BadBoy's just got to push everything he can in this area with his Hussar raids. Hearttt is still wide open. And he's actually putting a hold on that so he can push the middle. And actually, that's way more important, right? Because the bulk of his farming eco is also behind this area, and he doesn't have a castle anymore. So he needs to push that. And Hearttt knows it. And you see, Hearttt bringing his Trebs forward is not a mistake. That is Hearttt recognizing that if he doesn't get the army that he needs here right now to push that back, he's likely dead in this game. His population's bad enough. I'm sure he just set his gather point for his Cav forward, hoping he could do enough. But he can't. And he calls the GG. So in the end, Hearttt loses. But can we go back and look at that? That was insane. What a great game. I mean, this is the first time we've seen Kilimanjaro go imp. We haven't seen it yet in Platinum. There's been some good games on it, don't get me wrong. But like usually one player is way better than the other in early castle. Players haven't really figured it out yet. But it's just such a horribly difficult map to play because of the amount of times you need to relocate wood and whatnot. And let's face it, like I think Hearttt, he played very well to not die once that castle came up in front of his base in the first place. And then the counter castle and the messiness was great from there. But BadBoy, I think he had just really good food wood eco in this game, which carried him through. It's the food count that really stands out to me. A gold count obviously is nice, and good job from him to get it. But I think having 8,000 more food made the bigger difference in this game. Obviously, but the more important resources he had as a whole, more food, wood, gold, and stone. When did Hearttt hit imp again? Okay, so it was at 40. Now 5007. 5007. 50. Okay, so let's go back for a moment. So BadBoy realized, because he was focusing down the Repairvilles, that only means one thing. So it's 534 HP. Okay. It takes a hit. Now I want to know, like, so he killed a unit here. I just trying to figure out if these things were automatically attacking the TC or if BadBoy intentionally did it. But anyways, we're going to go as slow-mo as we can. It goes all the way down to 37 HP at 99.91%. Hold on. Oh, no, I got to be faster than that. That's 99.96. I can't beat 99.91. Oh, okay. I don't think I can get any further than that. So is it 37 HP? The rock, had it glanced the dome, which it doesn't work that way, but let's just say the rock was like, I don't know, 7 feet off the ground, and the camel archers could have maybe one-shotted it. Wow, was that close. And I mean, even still from this point, BadBoy had the way better position, like we said, right? Because he had, I think, safer economy, which was the big deal, and he had access to camel archers, and he had so many castles. But Hearttt did a really good job. I think the bigger mistake for Hearttt was just leaving the hill with the Tatars, right? Like, you have to hold that hill this type of map is all about controlling the hill and controlling the middle anyways. And he just tried to be sneaky with his cav archers here, right? Like, sometimes you feel like you have to do too much. And him leaving, I don't think it was this instance because he had more. Maybe it was, actually. Where's he go here? Okay, so here he is. Obviously, no ballistics, too, which is, I think is a talking point. I wasn't impressed with whatever his monks accomplished. Okay, so look at it from BadBoy's perspective. BadBoy's thinking about a castle eventually. He's thinking, okay, here we go. There's his cav archers. That's good. All right. Now, well, it's not good. He's losing units, but he's like, okay, not great for me. Not great for me. He's probably thinking we need to drop a castle right here, right now. And Hearttt is scared of these units and just runs away. And, I mean, it's a risk from BadBoy, don't get me wrong. But he's like, really? I don't see anything? And also, sometimes when the opponent's scared of you, you're like, oh, they won't engage against me. I must have the better army. And yeah, so he just doesn't see anything. If Hearttt stays, I'm really kind of curious how that fight goes. But in my opinion, it feels a little bad to not have ballistics, but then also run away from the middle there and, you know, just not have your monks with your army. But, you know, it's things that Hearttt will learn. What I had said, and you see, this game's going to be on YouTube. So all the other games, if you want to see it, YouTube, it will be in the video description. But, you know, Hearttt and BadBoy, I think, are two of the favorites in their group. And so with all that said, you know, there's going to be a lot more rounds for these guys in gold. It wouldn't surprise me if both of these players actually end up getting promoted to platinum. Throughout the whole series, I think BadBoy was a lot more consistent. Heartt's still a little rough around the edges on maps that aren't Arabia, in my opinion. But, yeah, still a crazy good game. I think I showed the resources already, but I'll just look at some of the other stats. He was a millisecond away from losing the game there with that trebuchet. And, yeah, 252 kills. And BadBoy, great scouting, too. I mean, both of them. 99% of the map was scouted there by Hearttt. It was a close game the whole way through. That's kind of what I want to see more of in Kilimanjaro.